Okay, so welcome back from the break. You're still watching This Morning here on Metro Television with me, Desmond. As you can call me Desifading the Star. We're here with Nanaya Tanwa Boache, and it's time for us to talk. Last week, we had a conversation with the Ghana Revenue Authority, and today we are going to continue with that. And today we're talking about the e-VAT. That is, I guess, the electronic VAT. And our guest this morning will be taking us through that, Patrick Danso. He is from the Ghana Revenue Authority, taking us through the electronic VAT system. Good morning, sir, and welcome.
Good morning.
Great. Already, I see you with the laptop. There are lots of things that you're taking us through. Yes. So let's begin with the electronic VAT. I mean, really, the basic understanding of that. What would it be?
Okay. Basically, if you say electronic VAT, we are converting the manual system into electronic system. Let me explain. Before I explain, let me also quote the law. We have amended our law because our old law was manual. Okay, now we are moving into an electronic base. So we have amended our law, section 41, and I want to quote that one so that we can get it clear. Now, with your kind permission, I want to quote 41 to A and B.
Sure.
The law says that a taxable person shall A, issue a tax invoice through a certified invoicing system, and ensure that the certified invoicing system of the taxable person is integrated into the Commissioner General's invoicing. This tells you that we are moving away from the manual. The first A, which was talking about certified invoicing system, is an electronic system. Okay. Now, so let me have a typical example like currently what we have right now. If you go to some of the shops, they have point of sale.
Okay.
They are certified invoicing system. We give them permission to use that one because we have looked at it and see that the computation of the VAT and then the levies are correct. Now, that's the first point. Once you have that one, now the new law is saying that if you have that one, you have to connect to Commissioner General's invoicing system, meaning that whatever you do, Commissioner General will see it in real time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it's like if I'm an accounts officer and I write a check, I write the check, the details. I don't sign. I give it to maybe the chief accountant to sign. So any invoice that all these taxpayers are going to generate, they'll bring it to Commissioner General for a signature. The signature is electronic signature, not the normal signature. It's encrypted data that we put on the system. So basically, that is what we are doing now. We have two categories of taxpayers. We have those that are doing the manual, where you go the right manual, and those that are using the point of sale or the ERPs. They are going to be integrated, the ERPs. The manual ones, we are giving them free software. Invoicing software free of charge. We have 3 versions. We have a desktop, we have one that you can do online, that if you have internet connectivity, and then we have a mobile version.
Okay, because I was going to ask about the technological know-how of these people. How do you really think that they'll be able to get to understand all these that you're talking about?
Yeah, let's take about 80% of those who, let's say, 80% of the revenue is coming from the big ones. They have got their ERPs. So we are doing integration. Now, the rest of the 20% are those, anybody that will say you are a VAT tax person, at least you have a level of kind of accountability. You have some kind of record keeping. Because without record keeping, you cannot do VAT. So for them, I don't think that we are not looking at that VAT that you look at the small business. The VAT, you know, when you buy things from, let's say, go and buy milk from the shop here, it doesn't charge VAT. If you are talking about that person, no. You have when you go to shops, big shops, they are charging
VAT. Purchasing higher electronics.
Yes. Yes. So the category of taxpayers we have, we can say that they have knowledge in using systems.
But well, I just also wanted to understand, because I know the informal sector, a lot happens there, and if the focus is not there, then you're losing lots of money from that angle also. You
know, VAT is based on threshold. If you don't read the threshold, you are not part of it. So that's why you don't find anybody charging VAT. You hear me? It's not anybody who charges. So when they charge you a VAT, that means that they have proper accounting system, they have everything. So they have some kind of systems. They are keeping some record. So giving them a system to use is easier. Yes.
Let's move on and talk about this software. Tell us about it. What is all about? What's the name of the software?
There's a e-VAT, but with the software, it gives GRA some tools. We have 3 tools that we are using. One is called the heartbeat. If you can see my screen, the heartbeat, it tells us who is on and who is not on. So, for example, if you are on and you are using the system, we can see you are green. Just like your WhatsApp, if you are online, somebody comes on, you can see that you are online. The system is embedded into your system. So we can see you are on green, that means you are active, issuing invoice. It's called the heartbeat.
Okay.
The next one is what we call the revenue monitoring. The revenue monitoring tells us the money that is coming. And we have a dashboard, we can say that you have done maybe the whole day, you have done, let's say, 100,000 transactions. The VAT component is, let's say, X amount. We can see it. And even we can drill down and look at each invoice, the items on that.
Okay.
We can see the items, each item that you bought, but because your name is not there, because you'll be termed as a customer or cash customer.
Okay.
But we can tell each of these invoices, the items that are in there, and the price.
Would there not be a way for people to bypass the system?
You see, this system is not foolproof, and that is why we are putting in all these tools that we need.
Okay.
That was bringing me to my third level.
Okay, sure.
I mentioned the heartbeat, the revenue monitoring, and then the third one is verification.
Okay.
Now, we have a mobile app that we are sending our people out there. When they come to the shop, they can scan the invoice and tell whether it's coming from us. Even on the face of the invoice, we can tell whether it's ours or it's not coming from GRA. On the face of it, because we have certain items on it. We have the Commissioner General signature there, we have the QR code, we have the SDC, internal data, a lot of data in there. That tells us that this is coming from GRA. So we have this, and one of the things that we're also going to do, planning to do, is that because we are not everywhere, we also are going to rely on the general public to help us do the verification. So some of the things that we are coming to do is that we are bringing up a reward system. When you go and buy something, or let's say, I don't want to mention any shop, X shop or Mats, when you come out and then you scan your invoice, it comes to our back end to verify whether it's genuine or not genuine. We enter into a draw, and then we are going to give out some few things for people who are going to do that. Okay. So these are something we are planning, so that it will help the general public to also check whether the invoice is genuine. Because we know that, let's say if you go to any shop and you have about, let's say, 5 points or tills, they can decide that we will use 2 for the proper invoice, then we'll use the 3 to bypass it. So if they do that, though we will see them, they are green, they are issuing invoice, but maybe some of the invoice is not passing through our system.
Okay.
Now with that one, the plan is that we will go for each of the till, we will test it. Apart from that, the general public too, if I come from that till, I will verify. If I verify and it shows that it's fake, GRA will see it. Once we verify, it tells us that this invoice that you have scanned is not coming from us, and then we can take the action. And we have assured them that this is government money, and therefore we don't want anybody to take government money.
Interesting.
So it means now you wouldn't use the VAT booklets?
Yes, as we go along, we are going to stop using the hard copy.
Oh, okay.
So everything is going to be electronic.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, so far, how many the phases?
Yes, we are starting phase 1. We are using 50 companies. And these 50 companies are the most complex and those who have more branches. You can see that you mentioned some shops that we closed down. Yeah. They have branches, they are very complex. So we are using the first 50. After the first 50, we are going to add on. So we are doing it in phases. We are, from our timeline, we're sure by 2024, we should roll out everybody onto the e-VAT system.
Okay. Okay, interesting. So, well, if you just tuned in, we are talking to Patrick Frimpong Danso. He's from the Ghana Revenue Authority. I'm sure a couple of weeks ago, you heard the story that the GRA was going around, closing down some shops because of this particular one. That is the reason why he's here to enlighten us and educate us on this new system, the e-VAT system from the GRA. Now, let's talk about how customers will verify this, because I'm thinking, I want to just go and buy my thing and go away. Is it now that I'm going to, be scanning things because of GRA, who people think that they are even taking out?
Yeah, so that's why we want to bring a reward system.
Okay.
You see, because some of us, when we buy things from the shop, sometimes we leave the invoice. We don't even take the invoice. We just leave the invoice and we move away. Or when we take, we just put it in a rubber bag and we go through and throw it away. But we want to bring some kind of awareness that anything that you buy, know that you have paid the tax, and you want to ensure that the tax goes to the government. So we are pleading with the general public that if you buy it, just scan it to verify whether it's genuine, because it's painful to pay money that must go to the government and doesn't end to the government, it ends elsewhere. So that's what we are doing, and that's the reason why we're also bringing the reward system. In some countries, if I mention, I think Tanzania or somewhere, There, if you buy something and you go out of the shop and the policeman sees you don't have the invoice, they can take it from you, they can confiscate it.
Okay.
Yes, because you need to have the invoice. So as for them, that's how they did their hair. And others too are trying to make sure that some of them are now coming out and say that if you buy, let's say, anything from the shop, your VAT, they may give you about 2% back.
Okay.
Okay. And some people do the reward system where when you buy, as soon as you buy, you scan it to verify, and then we enter into a raffle. And then at the end of the week or month, we do a draw. People win laptop, mobile phone, TV, and those things. So that will help us to get more people to verify the genuine of these invoices.
One of the problems of anything that has to go electronic is internet connectivity. How would you be making sure that there's it, because we're talking about online system here, that this program will be able to go on with no problems when it comes to the internet?
Yes, you are 100% right. You know, I think yesterday we had problem with even WhatsApp. Yes, and so these are things that may happen. One, if you look at the 80 taxpayers, the 80% those contribute to the VAT, they have systems that they can sustain their internet connectivity. They have other areas that they can have redundancy. The others who might not have, let's say if I have my small shop and I have laptop and I don't have internet, what happens? The systems allow you to work on and offline.
Okay.
So you can be offline and still be issuing your invoice. You have no problem with that one. The system is done in such a way that even when we are offline, we still can see you.
You still can see what is happening.
Yes. It's not through the internet. We still have something that is called SDK that record all transactions on your machine. So assuming you are not coming online for, let's say, days. When we want to we come to your premise, we can plug in and then pull all the data.
All of that data.
That data, you cannot delete that data. And in the law, that data belongs to Commissioner General.
Okay.
So tampering with that data is also an offense.
It's an offense. Okay.
So it works on and offline.
Okay, so it works on and offline.
Yes.
Do people have to pay for this software, for this process?
No. For those who are doing integration, if you have your own ERP or point of saying you are doing the integration, you have to contact your developer.
Okay.
So the developer might say that I'm doing upgrade, so I might charge you something small. But those who are giving the free software, you don't pay anything. All what you need, if you have a laptop or a smartphone or desktop, we give it to you.
Go.
Yeah, we just give you training and then we sign you up and then you are using it.
Okay, interesting. Now, to what happened a couple of weeks back, what was the engagement like with the shops that you closed down, even before and during and even after? Okay,
for those shops, we had challenges when we asked them to onboard. Okay. And we asked them that, the law said that you have to onboard, as I read, you have to integrate. And then they were dragging their feet. Okay. So we needed to, enforce the law a bit. We are not happy closing down shops because we know that it brings us revenue at the same time too. We know that our brothers and sisters also work there. And when they are off, it's not the best way. So we are not happy closing down shop. We just let them know that we have the law backing us to enforce the law. So that's why we did that. But they quickly came on board, and I can tell you that those who closed, they are all connected now.
They're all connected now.
I can even see them live right now.
You can see,
yes,
yes. Everything that...
Yes. So, you see, someone will say that it helps a bit because people were thinking that, they will not do anything. If you go to other countries that have deployed the system, it was very hard. They're hard on them because we see that it helps you. The taxpayer helps you to keep proper record. And when you're asking for your VAT refunds, it doesn't take too long because we have the data there. It's easier. And two, some people don't know that this system helps them. If you have a shop and you are supposed to charge VAT and you have this is free software for your invoicing, and you are not there, people might be stealing from you, but this system will help you to know your sales. Okay. People don't know their sometimes if you ask some of the shop, they don't know their sales. They don't have anything monitoring those things. So some of them, when you ask them what is your turnover, they can't tell. But with this system to help you. So we are asking people that it gives you more security and your items too are secured. That if you are not there, somebody cannot sell it and take them. Because as soon as you can even have it access to it through your phone and you can view it. Because it's an online, even you are home, you can still be watching every sales that goes through your shop. You see. So it helps people to make sure that they are keeping proper records.
Okay, so I'm sure people are watching and they're thinking, okay, I need to get onto this thing. How do they contact the GRA to have the officials come through?
Okay, if you want to contact us, GRA, or you want to onboard this this news, we are doing it in phases. That's why it's not like you come voluntarily and say that you want to do so.
Okay.
So we have phases. But if you want more information on that one, you can go to our website, gra.gov.gh, or you can call our toll-free number, if I can put it out there with the kind permission. That is 0800 900 110. 0800 900 110. It's toll-free number. So you don't pay anything. So you can call and they ask for more information. If you go to our website, you can get more information from the e-VAT.
Wrapping up on this, taxpayers out there, what are you saying to them?
Okay. What we say is that we need revenue to develop the country, and then we will plead with them that whatever they can do to support these initiatives, it's done elsewhere, and it's proven to be the best way to go.
Okay.
So we are pleading with them that when we come to you and say that please on board, just quickly on board, and so that you don't get yourself into trouble. And the general public out there, we are going to put the shops that we have deployed the system, that when they go, they should verify for us and see whether it's a genuine invoice that is coming from that shop.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So that was Patrick Frimpong Danso from the Ghana Revenue Authority talking to us about the e-VAT system. And so they are doing that in phases. They want all the monies to come to them. So please, the taxes, yeah, all of that to come to them. So make sure that you get enrolled on that. And you can also get to their website or call the toll-free numbers and inquire for more on that. We are wrapping up. And before we go, I want to say happy birthday to my brother, Ayatollah Abbas.